So hi, I'm Rose, and you probably know me for being that deaf girl on Twitter. Suddenly, the focus was on what I could do, not what I couldn't do.
So we are making a film for BBC One. This is an incredible journey following Rose Ayling-Ellis as she takes on a Shakespeare role in the West End and discovers more about the changes happening in our community.
Wow, didn't even see your face or lip reading, nothing of that. Every time I see anything that's written about me, it's always the deaf actress role, the deaf director role. But it's always deaf first. It just shows how little deaf reputation that we have on our TV.
We should explain that you have your interpreter here as well.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah, she's right behind you. I often say I'm always the only deaf person in the whole crew, but in this case, I am not the only deaf person. They are a deaf producer, Kathy.
Thank you. Jump out of your vegan Yeah. You'll get out.
And there's a deaf director, Ted.
But there's also deaf contributors. Behind the camera and in front of the camera, you will see a mixture of deaf and hearing people.
On this job, we have a mix of deaf and hearing. And the deaf people, we obviously naturally stand to each other.
And this meant effectively that it was a bilingual production. Pretty much the only members of the crew who did speak both languages were those who were deaf.
They're there, but they're few and far between. Same again. Same. Yeah. Exactly the same again.
And hearing people film me signing, they always do close up of my hand but cut my face out. But no, you need your face expression and lip reading.
It's the very small changes that we can make in our behaviours to make sure that the shoot is much more accessible to people who are deaf.
I know some people are frightened because you don't want to get it wrong, you don't want to offend anybody, but we can learn from each other and educate each other. But what was beautiful that I see the hearing crew picking up some of the sound and realising how useful sign language is.
I thought I could be understood by more people, but when I stopped living with
Definitely. By the end of the film, it was kind of seamless. We weren't really thinking about it anymore. It's an emotional story, I think. It's the story of Rose trying to work out who she is and what the world expects of her at the same time.
I felt like at the end of the programme, I wanted to show everyone that really we should listen to the deaf people. Being deaf is not something that you overcome. It's something that you embrace. I have so many deaf people said to me today, as you slowly changing, people are more interested in wanting to learn sign language. And that is something I've never seen before.